Hi, hello. Yeah, sorry about that. Apparently there were some issues that I was not aware of, so I'm sorry. I had to start it again, which is a little silly, but hey, here we are. This is the first time I'm streaming specifically on YouTube because I'm used to streaming on Twitch. So I had to, make some adjustments, so to speak. But yeah, I think we got it now. At least I hope so. Alright. Very awkwardly doing some final checks just to make sure that I don't need to restart again, just in case. Can you hear me alright? I hope this is all working correctly. I can only somewhat tell from my end. But hi, hello. We're working on this painting that I started on Twitch. And now we're gonna continue working on it. I actually saved the palette that I used because I used baking sheets, so that made it very easy. Ambience is really loud. Alright, I'll put it a little quieter. I wasn't sure if I put it too quietly. Is this better? Is it not better? Is it too quiet now? Because it really depends. Like last time when I was streaming on Twitch, there was virtually no audio when I was listening back to it. So always love that when I think the audio is being outputted and then I just sit there in dead fucking silence for everyone else. But yeah, so I saved this palette because I wanted to have a reference for the colors that I was using. So this right here is about 3 hours of work, including the sketch. I think we're just gonna... you can barely hear me. That's so bizarre. I don't understand why. I can't even boost myself more. I can't boost myself. I don't know how to make myself louder. That's ridiculous. Hold on. Let's see if I can fix it. Hate it when this see, the thing is I can't check this before I go live, which is really annoying. This is good? Alright, good. I'm basically eating my microphone at this point. So, mint. Wait, I think I can actually apply some filters, so maybe I can add some gain. And then I don't have to eat my microphone quite as much. How about this? Is this better? Can I, because now I've upped the gain and I removed it slightly further from my face. Is this better? Oh, this is a very awkward start now to the stream, but I'm sorry, it's also the first time I'm streaming to YouTube, so I'm not quite sure how this system works. Anyway, so this palette. Alright, I gotta continue with this painting. I hope it's gonna work out well. Alright, so let's get our paints out first. And actually, my reference image, which is also quite important. Actually, so let me just head over there. I've also done no warm-ups because I always do this. Who knows why? But I don't do warm-ups. Warm-ups are for cowards. I joke. Warm-ups are pretty good. You should do warm-ups. But yeah, so I also needed a different reference for the outfit actually. So let me just very quickly grab that as well. If you haven't gotten a cup of tea yet, then do that. It's nice to have a cup of tea. If you want to draw along, feel free. Sometimes it's just nice to have a little bit of company. That rhymed. Okay. Alright. So I do have an idea of what I want to do with the background, but I have to leave it till last, which kind of annoys me a little bit, not gonna lie. But yeah, maybe we should start by working on her. I guess we should do the clothes before we do the hair. And I want to fix the ear because I'm not happy with the ear. And I want to blend her skin a bit more. And I want to fix the teeth a little bit. So those are some things that I have in mind for now. So, Let's get cracking on that. Let's get our palette first. So I'm gonna need my deep yellow, lemon yellow, light green, blue green. Gonna need horizon blue and ice green. Alright, let's just start with the greens, I suppose. Whoop. We're also gonna need the violet and the brown. There's a lot of colors in this piece. There seems to be a bit of a delay, but as you're pulling up reference, sound balance is great. Alright, good, because I'm not really changing it anymore. Yeah, I don't know how long the delay is. Like I said, streaming to YouTube is kind of new for me, so I don't know. But let's just start by building our palette. I always find it so satisfying. Although I do realize that colors seem a little bit muted, which is a little bit strange to me, but oh well. We need the ice green. Gotta put all the colors together, right? Oh wait, that's lemon yellow. No, I need primary yellow. Oof, almost made a boo-boo there. Probably gonna need more yellow than this, but oh well. We're gonna need burnt sienna. So, sorry about the rocky start with everything, but I hope that it's smooth sailing from now on. So, we shall see. What else do I need? Delay just seems to be about a minute long, but it's just me and the simple fact that we're on opposite ends of the planet. No, I think that's general, like, delays. Okay, so we got the burnt sienna. Gonna need violet and black. Probably also gonna need more of the brown anyway. But that's for later. And as always, we're gonna need a whole lot of white. I'm gonna be upset when I run out of this tube because from what I've been able to see, you can't easily get this size tube where I live. So I don't want to keep buying teeny tiny tubes of white when I use it this much. Because I basically just, you know, need it for all my mixing. So. I don't think there was anything else. Yeah, I had a little bit of horizon blue, I think. Oh, shouldn't drop it. But am I gonna use horizon blue again? Who knows? Who else is watching? I don't know. Why are you asking me that question? I can't tell from my end. I just see someone's watching. Alright. Maybe it's just me because I have it open on my stream program. Alright, so I guess this is where we pick up. I guess we'll start with the clothing, which might be a tall task, but we'll figure it out. Because it has like it has like a texture to it. It's like kind of yellowy. You did this, Kira. You did this. This is all your fault now. do still need to mix another layer of this color anyway because it's too, it's a little bit too translucent still. Yeah, it's all your fault, Kira. You're the only one. It's not because I'm taking forever to get started on this painting or whatever. Alright. Let's just start mixing. So we're gonna grab, if I remember correctly, it was purple and it was brown. I think I'm just gonna straight up grab more burnt sienna from the two, because I think there may have also been a little bit of black and then white, but I'm not sure, and I won't know until I'm done. Also included red on the original palette, but I don't think I used it like at all. I used way too much burnt sienna. Whoops, this is wasteful. Alright, well in that case I'm just gonna straight up change the way I'm gonna mix this, because I don't want to contaminate the purple that much. Last time when I did this painting, I mixed too little, and now I just start off by just mixing way too much. Oh, I'm never gonna get this to the right shade. Oh dear. Oh, still needs more violet. Oh, this is embarrassing. Oh well. I can also use this for the lighter shade, so I guess it's fine. This is probably too much violet now. I'm just gonna start off by being clumsy, clearly. We are getting closer to the shade though, so that's good. Now it just needs white. So this is too dark. But yeah, I definitely made too much here. That's deeply unfortunate. Just did a bad thing. Regret the thing I did. You were wondering what I did. Tell you what I did a bad thing. This is so much pain, I'm embarrassed. Alright. I think it's actually a little bit too purple. But the question is, how much do I care? That's all. Like, see, it's just a smidge warmer. Maybe just a tiny touch of black to cool it down. There's just a little bit of white. Because I think the main thing is it needs to be slightly more desaturated. I'm really making a mess of my palette here. I think that's the right color. Still a little too purple. I don't know. I want to add more brown to it now, though. Alright, well, anyway. I'm just going to start with this, and we'll just fix it up in a bit. There's going to be, like, another layer over this anyway. I just want to cover up all the empty space. or like the places where it's kind of streaky. Yeah, it's definitely slightly too purple. Yeah. There we go. That's way closer to the original color I used. So this is going to be very interesting. I don't know why I decided to draw the hair back in, because I knew I was going to have to. I'm just someone who just really enjoys working backwards for some reason. Oh well. Oh shoot. Actually not supposed to get paint on there, so this is a great start. It's fine, I'll just go over it with white later. No. No mistakes, only intentional fuck-ups. Oh wait, am I gonna get bullied now because I said an F word? Whoops. Hello, John Doe. What's up? This house we love and respect, Deet. Yeah, you're so right. This is a nice setup. Thank you so much. It's fully improvised. I don't think I have enough paint to correct my mistake, but oh well. I can mix a little bit more. Though I should probably use a different brush. This one's a little bit not precise enough. Relaxing as hell out though. See you later. Bye bye. Alright, so did accidentally make it a lot more purple than I originally intended, but it's actually, I mean, it's not awful. I can work with this. Still need to add some texture later anyway. It's just that the background's also going to be purple. Although it's going to be a cool tone purple, so it's very different. It's not going to be as dusty, it's going to be more vibrant. Like, I do have a very clear idea of what I want to do with the background. Which is why I want to work on that, but I can't because I want to do it with watercolor and that's going to reactivate. So I have to finish the figure first. I already make my life 10 times harder by doing so many things backwards. Let me at least have one thing that I maintain structure about. This is actually also why I usually try to finish paintings in one day with my acrylic gouache, because otherwise I need to remix paints and then it's not going to match the colors. Then go draw along. It's always nice to like doodle along when you're watching someone else draw. Wouldn't it be funny if my ADHD brain told me to start a different painting right now? Just for no reason. Do I have a plan for the other painting? No. I just start a new painting. Don't finish this one. Never finish anything. I actually do have some unfinished paintings that I probably should be working on. Oopsies. But oh well. Let's start with this one. I really need to start smoothing some lines out here. I've been very sloppily placing paint. I need to do it with a little bit more self-restraint, a little bit more control. Because see, that's the thing, right? I'm actually really good at line work. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, blah, blah, whatever. And that doesn't always work out. Alright. I think once this dries, this will be a pretty good, second coat. Only problem is that the paper is warping. I want to draw along, but also the ambience is sleepy. It's making you sleepy. That's why you gotta draw to keep your brain awake. I think the hair color will be the easiest to remix because it was literally just white and yellow. So. And a little bit of black, I think, because I needed to cool it down just slightly. Alright, so now this dusty violet color, which I think is just this with a whole lot more white and then a little bit more purple. So maybe like add a bit of this into it. So we already have it, so we might as well use it. That looks pretty close to me. More like this. Maybe just a tiny smidge more white. It's kind of hard because the colors will also differ slightly once they're dry. Now I'm just a little worried that... I mean, that does look pretty similar to me. It is slightly more brown, so I'll mix in just a little bit more purple. Yeah. Even just a tiny bit more. Just a little. Yeah. But it does appear to be somewhat darker, so maybe I'll just a bit of light. It's actually still more purple. Remixing colors is harder than mixing them originally. For sure. Nope, almost dropped the brush. Yeah, this is dead on. Alright, now we're there. Like, I don't mind immediately trying it out on the paper specifically because, well, it needs an extra coat regardless, so I'm gonna apply a thick coat of paint regardless. But also, there's gonna be, like, more colors that are going to go over it for texture. I just want to make sure that the base layer is down right. I guess I don't really need my phone to be here right now since I'm not working on the hair face, so I'm just gonna move that out of the way for a second. And this is like what I mean when I say that I apparently just like making my life hard because I just decide to paint in the hair when I'm not done with everything. Pain. That's alright though. Let's see. Wait. Like this. Alright. No, I thought it would be fun to have like a YouTube, VOD of the stream later. And maybe it will still be, but it's literally like the first 10 minutes or so is just like struggle, struggle. Oh well. I feel like it doesn't matter how long you've been streaming for, streams never start off smoothly. There's just something about the aspect of like, yes, this is live right now, and you're just like, what? It's always something going wrong. It's just like Murphy's Law, but with streams and stuff. But I'm kind of happy that I figured out a way that I can do like traditional art streams now. Because, oh, pardon me. Because I've been doing like a lot of digital art streams in the past, and I don't know what it is with me and digital art lately, but I'm just really struggling. I feel less motivated to do digital art all of a sudden, which is very frustrating because I do have some designs that are due. So I've now planned them in for Sunday because I was maybe gonna work on them today, but I opened the files again and I tried working on them and I was like, I'm still not feeling it. So I don't know. There's something about doing traditional art that just makes me feel more at peace. I think it's also partially because, like, if I make a mistake, but this is kind of what put me off of traditional art in the first place for a very long time, right? If I make a mistake, I can paint over it or I can just decide to leave it. With digital art, it's very much like I make a mistake, a conscious thing, I make another mistake. Like, I'm very much a perfectionist, so whenever I don't get a line right, I will do it like 15 times until I'm happy with it, you know? And you don't get that opportunity with traditional art. You just gotta sometimes let things be. And I think that kind of really helps me in a way. I don't know, maybe that's just why it makes me feel calmer. Like, yeah, I might mess up, and if it's a bad mess up, then I'll just have to paint over it. Or, like, a line isn't perfectly crisp, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't make the painting look bad. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. There's also just something about the process that's just nice, I suppose. It's just soothing. Yes, it takes a long time, and yes, you can nitpick every single detail, and I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. This is just what I'm feeling. Also, I'm gonna take a sip of tea, so I'm sorry for any slurping noises. So, the tea of the day is a lovely creme brulee rooibos tea, which is a loose leaf tea that is made, or at least assembled, in Haarlem, which is a city in my country. And a local bookstore sells it, and it's very nice, and it has vanilla and caramel and all these wonderful things. I love good teas. They make me happy. Those stores have been closed since December here, but I was able to do like a pickup order, so you just like order online and then pick it up at a location, because that is allowed, but we don't have any stores open since before Christmas, so it's been a while. It's really nice that we live in an age where you can just get stuff also just delivered to your house, you know? Can't imagine what it would have been like in like a century ago, having to deal with stuff like this. We have a lot of luxuries. were not available to people back then. Which is good, because, you know, that's usually how history and future works. I'm not going to get too deep into this topic, don't worry. It's just that, you know, it's kind of hard to ignore when it's every day of your life. Alright, I do think this is sufficiently covered. Well, maybe just a little bit here. This looks a little bit streaky. Pretty okay with the colors. Like, this is actually a little bit too warm, but I'm not gonna, like, change that again. I don't see any reason to. It'll work out, so. Actually, there's one minor correction I would like to do, because, like, the brown wings on her arm actually do wrap around the cloth. So yeah, that's one other thing, right? Like, I need to add some details, but I don't think I can add those details until I've done the background, so that makes things a little bit complicated. But yeah, let me just grab this color again, and just for this little piece. Just gonna fill this in. So if I remember correctly, so I'm just gonna very quickly have a little sneaky peek at the reference. Yeah, there's actually, like, okay, so you got this, and then around here, is that really that? No, it is around, like, this. Okay, but I'm gonna use a smaller brush for that. So. Don't have to be very precise, because it looks like it's, like, wrapped around a few times, and then there's just, like, a tiny bow. Only minor issue being that it's gonna cause some trouble when I have to paint the background, but oh well. Alright. So now, for the shading, which is going to be very interesting, because there's, like, this very specific texture that I do not know how to recreate. Maybe I should just start with her belt, or maybe a lot of things to consider in this particular case with the color of, like. All right, so I see, like, some grays, and, like, some. I don't know how you do a dyed fabric texture, how to paint that, so this is going to be quite interesting, I think. So, alright, I think we're going to need a drier brush with, like, very little paint on it. I think that's the best way to go about this. Just very gently start doing this. So I'm gonna use a different brush to mix it then. So I think we're gonna just start with some white, get a little bit of, well, I meant black, but sure. We're gonna mix this in, and we're gonna add a little bit more white. And then we're gonna thin it as well, I think, because we want this to be transparent, so I'm gonna add a lot of water. And I wonder how well the dry brushing is gonna work, but we'll see. because I do need this to be a very thin consistency. Else this is probably not going to work out. Alright. Just gonna see if this works. It does not. That was worth a shot. Alright, then we're gonna need to do this differently. So I'll just correct this brief folly. Okay, so maybe doing something like that would help. The only thing is the texture sideways. So maybe we need to do the opposite. We need to use a very, very, very wet brush with very little pigment. And then just start doing this. I think that's the move, actually. Because I think I'm getting the texture that I want. It's just kind of hard to see. Hey Steve, how's it going? How you doing? Yeah, you don't really see it on camera. Maybe if I bring it in close you can. Alright, let me just... oh. I forget it's automatically... like, I don't know if you can see that. Like, it's subtle, but I need it to be subtle, you know? So... it's like... I need to be able to introduce some texture here. Which is not something I often do, as you can probably tell. How's it going, Steve? Oh, maybe it's rude to ask here, but while you're here, did you manage to get the things, or were they sold out already? I understand either way, so don't worry, I'm not going to be mad or anything, or sad, or whatever. And before you fear that. I'm glad you're doing well. Deet still needs a lot of work, though. This texture's probably gonna kill me at some point, because I don't know how to do this better. I really think this is the best way to do this, but that's only based on my own limited knowledge. So I don't know if this is the right way or not. Just trying to get a little bit of texture on her outfit. I think it's working. It looks a little bit more intense in some places than other, but that's fine. Because I don't think, like, her clothes look very, like, earthy, nature-y. I do think it's somehow reactivating the paint underneath, though, which is odd, because it's supposed to dry like water proof, resistant, whatever you want to call it. You working today? Or do you have a day off? Or do you think I'm getting the texture? I don't know if I'm maybe just being a little bit too light-handed with it. Because it does look a little, like, very subtle. I do need to be a bit more, like... Maybe I just need to keep doing this in very small layers so I can get it, like... Maybe I'm just using the wrong kind of brush, need something with a little bit more texture. Oh, it's at 12 p.m. Oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry, I thought you just completely missed out. I was gonna be like, oh damn, did they really go that hard? Alright. They haven't been released yet, that's my bad. Alright, so let's see. I'm just trying to think of how I can best do these highlights and stuff. Because it does actually appear that this is actually a section that's darker. So then I should get some and mix it with a little bit of black. And a bit more. I kind of just really want to be working on her face and hair, but I know I need to do the clothing first before I can do that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this today, though. I think I still have a lot to do. Oh, it's in 10 minutes! Oh dear. Okay, well, good luck. Oh, I need to drink some more. I'm thirsty. You know, I might actually start, like, doing, like, lines by hand, but I really don't want to. But it might be nicer. So I just realized this doesn't quite make sense. So I'll just fix that up real quick. I mean, I guess I could do it and just like do it with a light gray, but just like in certain areas. Actually, I do want it to be a bit darker than this because, like, maybe with just a little bit more of the purple in it. Feels a little bit less out of place, I suppose. I need to stop sitting hunched over. It's my kryptonite. I do think it helps, so I'll keep doing it. It is subtle, but that's what I want, because I want it to look like a texture. I don't want it to overpower the actual garment. I hope you can kind of see, like, the very faint, like, stripy texture. That's what I just did. I like the running water and outside ambience. Thank you! I am currently using Magic Forest by the Vault of Ambience. I really like the Vault of Ambience for their things, and it's also... they also use royalty-free music, so I shouldn't get in trouble. So, you know. And I think for painting like Deet, having nature sounds on is just, you know, the best possible thing to do. For the blouse texture, that might actually be a little bit complicated. So I want that to be quite subtle. Actually, let me use this color on its own first, because I want to outline this. I hope this will blend, and if not, then well shit. Well, it mostly blends. That's good enough for me. And we got a little bit of shading there, which is good. We're going to need to do a lot more shading though. And we're actually going to absolutely need to do more highlighting. Now we need to start on this belt. And the belt is actually a darker color, or at least it appears to be. Somewhat. Like, it's a very similar color, but then slightly darker. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna grab a little bit of black. I'm gonna mix that. And I'm gonna add just a little bit more brown to warm it up again, because this is too cool toned. More. Still almost a bit too cool tone, but I think it's close enough to the other colors that it won't matter all that much. So let me take a look. Just gonna actually, there's not enough contrast there, so I'm gonna darken it up again. And it's actually, let's see, it is 2 bands. It's actually a little bit thicker, so. And then it has like a bunch of like larger knots on the belt. Right. And now for the sleeve texture. So I'm going to grab just a little bit of this and mix it in. So it's just a slightly darker color. And I want to use it very wet. I'm just going to very gently do that. Whenever I'm narrating the stuff I'm doing, I just kind of feel like I'm Bob Rossing it. Not like actually, but it just very gently move the brush back and forth, you know what I mean? You know, it's so funny. Before I started doing art in general, I always thought like, oh, whenever an artist has posted something, they probably did that like super fast. And I really wish artists would be more transparent about how long it takes them to do things. Because sometimes, yeah, you can do something very fast. It's definitely something that's plausible. But oftentimes when you see like these beautiful, highly detailed portraits and stuff, and people are like, oh, they're an artist. It must take them like just a few seconds or whatever. No, some people really do be spending like 60 hours on painting, but it's very hard to like see that. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you can tell that there's been a ton of effort put into this, but it's hard to quantify the amount of time that goes into certain things. If that makes sense. It might not, I don't know. I never know how long something takes me because I just go into the process and just vanish. So with this piece, it's kind of nice to know, like, okay, well, I did a 3-hour stream and this was my progress. You know what I mean? It's a little different. This is too light, I think. Actually, it's not really. It's just when I apply it, it looks very light. It was getting a little bit too dark, so that's why. I want you all to know I have no idea what I'm doing, by the way. I'm just guessing that this will work. Which is how I do most of my art. No thank you, just do. No thoughts, just vibes. That's too little pigment. I shouldn't be looping it, but oh well. It's about getting texture. I don't know if this is actually improving the painting or if I'm just making it worse, but texture. Still also need to do a bunch of shading and stuff, but you know. Alright, you tell me. Did I do an okay fabric texture on the sleeves? I forget. I can't do this. Anyway. Does that sort of look linen-y to you? Or cottony? Either or. Or maybe I should do a similar texture actually on this one. Also, I need to get a slightly diluted black because I do want to add like a thing here as well. Should have probably mixed the black a little bit more with the brown. That's okay, we can just go over it again. It's just a little bit too dark. Like, all of these colors that are currently mixed are literally just the clothes. Really do be like this sometimes, huh? Okay, okay, well, added to my cart right in time. Try to check out, wouldn't let me. Oh no. Oh, dang. Maybe the site is overloaded and you're just really unlucky. That sucks. Or maybe some people have been botting. Apparently that's the thing that happens with like high profile items that people want and know that are going to be limited. They just set up bots to instantly buy it. It's a very shitty practice. Because then they do, like, they purposely do that so they can resell it at like ridiculous rates. But it's only a limit too. I mean, I guess someone could set up multiple bots, I guess. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how the texture's looking at least. Now it's finally letting me add to cart that says, what? What does it say? Oh, or did it not send in the correct order? I don't
I guess I'll try and do some shading now. Oh, whoa, way too much water. Oh no. But I really appreciate you trying, though, by the way. I mean, as soon as they said, like, oh, it's gonna be limited and you can only get it in this way, I was like, yeah, that's gonna be impossible to get. It's always with those kinds of items, it just ends up being a nightmare. Which is unfortunate. This is too light of a shadow color. This is... I think I need to darken it up a bit, because I think it's not too light, I think it's too warm. Maybe more like this though. Not particularly pleased with this either. I kind of erased all my hard work. It sucks. I need to sit up straighter. I'm getting back pain. It's always a struggle. kind of don't feel like working on the outfit anymore. But I'm afraid I do still have quite a lot to do there. It's kind of dissolving my texture, which I'm really not happy about. Maybe I should have done this before texturing, but well, you live and you learn. I don't remember what color I used. Oops. Also actually need to do like a love the nail color. Thank you. It's like a very dark bluish purple. It's not quite black. Like, yeah. It's a nice color. I like it too. I wonder if it's also partially because of the paper I'm using that, like, I'm also picking up layers underneath what's already dry. Because I'm using a mixed media paper, which, you know, it's not quite designed to work with gouache, but could be that that's the reason. I genuinely don't remember what color I used to shade this. Like, a lot of these seem a little too dark. Oopsies. I think maybe it's this one. Yeah, that seems about right. We'll have to do a retexture in a bit, I guess. But maybe I'll just move over to, like, the ear, because I'm getting a little bit sick of the clothes, to be honest. And there's still quite a lot that needs to be done, unfortunately. So... I say as I continue to work on it. It's just that it bothers me, I think. I just want this to be right. I mean, it will be fine eventually. It's just now it slightly annoys me that it's removing my texture and stuff, and I can't quite get the blend the way that I want it. But again, it's a learning process. So, you know. I think I'm gonna take a very short bathroom break before continuing, because I'd be drinking tea. So I will be back in a hot little second. See you in a bit. Please let me know if the music's a little too loud because I cannot tell from here. But I wanted to switch it up just a little bit. Also, I just got a little package in and I think I know what's in it. So I'm gonna open that for a second. Because it even says on the label, so I'm pretty certain I know what this is. And I would like to show it. Although, I kind of bought this on an impulse, but I do want to make some things with it. Oh, it's very small. Oh, I like that. That makes me very happy. Alright. Alright, so... what I got. Alright, hold on. There he is. Oh my god, it's so cute. It's very tiny. Glass bottles. And I want to make stuff with this for my store. I don't know what it is. I just love miniature things. It's probably also why I've been painting so many teeny tiny paintings, because this is probably the largest painting I've done in like a very long time. But like, look at how tiny the cork is. I'm excited to do something with it. Alright, I'll lower it slightly. I hope this is better. There's a minute delay, so it takes a little while, but isn't that cute? I'm very enthusiastic about tiny bottles. So yeah, I got some tiny bottles in. I don't know 100% what I'm gonna do with it, but I am planning on doing something, like, interesting with it. Which, you know, bold thing to say if you don't know what you're gonna do with it, but hey, that's what I'm here for. Gonna cancel myself for constantly saying that I'm gonna work on a different part than the clothes and then go back to working on the clothes. It just bothers me. Okay, but I am gonna move on. It still bothers me, but I'm gonna work on something else because this is driving me mad. So, let's go work on the ears. So now I do need my reference image again. Because the thing is, with the ear, it looks fine, but this is actually meant to be more of a dark brown-ish, like, near black tone. It's very... No, okay, so it's actually not that brown. It's green-black. I don't know if you can tell it, but it's like a greenish black. So, let's go mix that. Work on the ear for a bit. And then try and maybe blend the skin, which will be very interesting. It's like Meridian plus black. I think I need to add a bit more white, actually. Is music still too loud? I don't know, I'll do it a slightly bit quieter, so I think I do need to add some white into it because I need to gray it up a lot more. I think this is slightly too light. Well, actually, maybe not. I will need my small brush regardless, so I'll just add a teeny tiny bit more black. Just the world's tiniest amount.
I don't know if you can hear my back crack there. I'm so sorry. Maybe I should sit just a little bit lower. Maybe that will help. Actually, yeah. Oh, that already helps immensely. Just look at my desk chair. I'm basically on the floor, but oh well. Just put less strain on me, so I consider that a win. Am I driving myself mildly insane with this? Maybe. Just maybe.
I think I'm overcomplicating this ear quite a bit, but oh well. I really do be like this sometimes. Alright, let's do some touch up on her skin. So first off, I think I already have a good color, which is this. Right there. We're gonna grab some deep yellow and some green, and we're gonna mix that. And we're gonna add more yellow to that. And we're gonna add more yellow to that. The goal is to get it, like, more yellow than green. Then we're gonna add a smidge of white. Actually, more white. This is not yet close enough to a highlight color. It's almost a bit. Just a tiny bit more green. No, it needs more white, for sure. I think I'm actually gonna mix even more white. And only use that sparingly. Like a little bit here. Just a tiny, tiny boost. Sorry about me being quiet, by the way, it's just I'm really focused. Hope the music keeps you entertained while I am in deep thought. I need to mix this brownish tone again. I feel like it is just burnt sienna with a lot of white. I'm not 100% certain. If I look at this. Oh, there's probably a little bit of deep yellow in it, actually. That would make sense to me. It's like this looks like there's a little bit of purple in there. Maybe. Or maybe it was red. No, actually, this is definitely a bit purple. It looks almost identical on the sheet, so. Suppose that means it's right. Seems similar enough. And yet. This is too dark. Many thoughts head full. You ever just feel like you're just not making a lot of progress? I suppose it's not entirely true, because, like, it does look more nicely blended. You know, this is definitely a little bit too much. It does look nicer. So you were thinking about doing your Patreon and Discord for a bit. Yeah. There are a lot of things that I'm not happy currently with the way I've set my Patreon up. Because, you know, I tend to do things before I think about them. So there are some things that I really need to change. Mainly, I will have to increase the price on the sticker tier because I'm practically losing money currently, which is kind of not the point of, you know, running a patron. So I do need to change that, and I want to have more of a focus on being able to include some behind the scenes stuff, you know, having to actually being able to add some cool perks and stuff like that. So that's something that I would like to change. And with the Discord, it's been inactive for so long at this point, and I want to make it a more functional server where people actually want to hang out. I think currently there's a bit too much and it's overwhelming, and I mean also it was very stream focused, and I kind of want to change it more to be more of an art type thing, you know, not like entirely. Like it's still, you can still chat about video games. Like I don't want to, cause I still play video games too. So like I'm not gonna change everything about it, but I do want to move it away from being very Twitch focused and stuff like that to more, you know, something that's a bit more relevant to what I'm currently doing. Because I think that would greatly improve just the general functionality of the server, and also, you know, just... But I do want to take April to do that because, especially with Patron, I have a lot of things that I need to plan if I want to do the things I'm planning on doing. And that will take quite a bit of time. So, hence I'm pausing for Patron for a bit. It's still too dark, to be honest, but at the same time, how many layers do we want to put on there? So maybe I'll just accept it that it's a little dark and move on. Oh, it's fine actually. But there will also be different tiers and new tiers, so even if the sticker club becomes too expensive, there are other options that still have rewards and perks and stuff like that. So it's not like I'm fully, you know, taking things away, but I do need to make some serious changes. You can always still post memes. That won't go away. Maybe I'm just trying too hard to get all of this to be blended to perfection and stuff, and maybe I should just, you know, also let things just be a little bit. It's still a bit wet, but like, that's kind of what it's looking like right now. I also didn't push the nose hard enough, but it's too late to correct that now, so I'm not doing that. But yeah, it's probably gonna take a bit of time before I can, like, you know, have all of that the way that I wanted to. So, hence I'm taking April to get that done, hopefully. There's a lot of things that I'm kind of behind on and that I've been struggling with. So I think it's good to take April to try and catch up with all these things. I'd really hope that, Hey John Doe, welcome back. We're still just, vibing. We made a bit of progress, but it's mostly, like, rendering, and there's some issues that I need to fix, but I said, like, I'm gonna work on the face again, because I didn't want to work on the clothes anymore, so here we are. I hope next time that I'm streaming on YouTube, I'll have my setup arranged a little bit better, at least scene-wise, because I also don't have any alerts active at the moment. And I would like to fix that at some point. Although I guess it's not as important as it is with Twitch, I guess. It's also kind of nice, I guess, not having the alerts on. A little calm and quiet, you know? Alright, I think that's decent enough for blending on the nose, because otherwise I'm just going to keep going back and forth indefinitely. Looks good to me, nice work. Thank you so much. It's unfortunately still far from done. Wish I would have been a little bit further ahead at this point, but I'm just nitpicking constantly. It do be this way sometimes. Sometimes you have those days where everything just immediately goes perfect, and sometimes you have those days where you just have a bunch of tiny hiccups. Actually, this is more of a dark green, huh? Yeah. So we're more in this vicinity. This a little bit more black. I think this is actually pretty... No, it's a little too dark. So, tiny bit of green, tiny bit of yellow, tiny bit of brown. Yeah, that's close enough for me. a little too thick of a line. Alright. Pretty okay with that, so I do also still want to do something about the lips here. This needs to be less streaky, so I'm just going to add a bit more pigment. So it is a relatively bright highlight comparatively. Also has to add a little bit around here. Actually do still need to add a bit of a darker color there. I'm just gonna use a little bit of the diluted color on the nose bridge. Oops. Oh no. Well, that did not work out the way that I wanted it to. So is the way. I think the reason I'm getting a little frustrated with this piece right now is because I feel like I've been working now for two and a half hours almost, and I feel like I've not made progress at all. I know that's, like, legitimately not true, but it just feels that way, you know? It just feels like, yeah, I'm pretty much where I started still. It's just a feeling, but I just wish I was further along at this point. Although I'm happy with, like, this section of the face, like, the upper section. Pretty pleased with how that turned out, so that's at least something. Like, the clothing didn't quite work out. No, I struggled with this. It's just, like, getting a small smidge frustrated. Which is a shame. Because I really want to finish this piece. But I'm also getting to the point where I'm like, okay, I just want to be done with it, you know? And that's never fun when you get to that stage of painting. I'll get over it. I know I will, but it's just like... Just wish I was a little bit further ahead than I am. I think I'm just gonna focus on outlining. What's the source material? It's right here. Oh yeah, but yeah, it's oh sorry, this is my reference, but the character is called Deet, and she's from a show called The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, which is based on the original Dark Crystal by Jim Henson, and I believe that movie came out in the 80s, but Age of Resistance is basically a reboot, which was done by Netflix. But I only got one season, which I'm quite sad about because it's a very pretty fantasy world with a good story, and it definitely deserved more seasons. Oh, I left my brush in the water. Don't do that. That's bad for your brushes. So yeah, that's unfortunately the way it is sometimes. I think if I remember correctly, it was brown, purple, and then black for the lips. Don't think I added red. Alright, see you in a bit. I don't think I specifically need to like actually add a proper outline, but I do need to smooth out these lips, especially on the bottom lip. Oh, I added way too much white. Oh, dearie me. Okay, well, we'll just have to remix that. Just fine. Still needs a bit more purple. I do want to do that rim lighting, but I'm gonna use a different color for it next time. What is it that I still really want to fix? I know I really want to fix this. And I think that after I've done that, that's gonna be enough work for this. You know, this is why artists who make thumbnails beforehand are so much smarter than me. Because I just do. I don't think. Sorry, I bumped the mic. I'm thinking about making my life harder just because it will bring me some joy. So I am going to do that. Watch me commit many mistakes at once. Alright, let's do this. Frick it, you know? Let's just, make some bad decisions. Which require washi tape. Oh wait, I should actually tape it so it's properly in frame. Maybe that would help, you know? Alright, so when I'm gonna take off this washi tape, it will probably ruin my painting, won't it? You can check. Actually, I think it'll be fine. Vote now, do you think it will be fine or do you think I will pull off all of my painting? Vote now and vote quickly. Maybe I should use my Plague Doctor washing, actually. Why not? Be crazy, be wild. Make impulsive decisions that you will definitely regret later. It's very hard to see by sketchline. Alright. That should be it. Yes. so that's one. Might ruin my painting, might not. Sometimes you gotta take a risk to live a little, right? Looks right to me. Let's go. Alright. So. We're doing background. Even though I said I shouldn't do that, I'm gonna do it. Oh, this is a horrible idea. Gonna regret it as soon as I need to do the hair again, I think, but something, living only once, blah blah. Do I have a purple in this palette? I don't think so. But I think I will have to mix my own. Sure, use the gross water, why not? It's not actually gross, it's just, you know, to clean my brushes. Yeah, I don't know why I thought that was gonna work. Alright, let's just do it here. No, it needs to be more red. Almost needs to be more pink, actually. I'm doing this on my hand, by the way. I only just realized I'm out of frame. I need, like, a sheet of paper to, like, test this out on, because this ain't working. I thought I had some watercolor paper nearby, but I do not. That's unfortunate. Maybe if I roll over here. I mean, I do have my notebook here. Well, I'm sorry, notebook, you're gonna get sacrificed today. Alright. More science. No, that's not at all the color that I want. Maybe it's not going to work. Alright. Change of plans. Let me just have a quick little look-see at my other reference material. I think maybe I should just go for a cooler blue instead and not accidentally heat my paint water all over the place. So maybe just a blue with like just a hint of purple. That might actually be the ticket. Just like a tiny bit. Like, yeah. I think that's the call. It's just a little bit purple. It's still very weirdly dark for the pigment I'm trying to go for. Maybe just using the wrong blue. Oh yeah, I was using the wrong blue. Is that kind of what I want? I think the hue is correct. Okay, so... Alright. No thoughts, head empty, let's go. I just know this is a bad decision. I hate it. This is not what I want. Mistake. And this is not the mistake I thought it was going to be. That makes it worse. I thought I was going to make a different mistake. Alright, how do I fix this? This is not... Like, originally I wanted it to be a purple, the background, but her dress is already so purple now that if I add another warm purple, you know. Then I looked at reference photos and she's often surrounded by blue, so I was like, alright, I'll just go with a blue. But no, this is absolutely not what I wanted. Oh, that sucks. Alright. Maybe it's still fixable. But how? think I'm just gonna... Oh no, it's just... I'm just making this worse. I really hate it. I really, really, really hate it. Yeah, this is not it. This is not it. I'm gonna try and see how much I can remove this way. I can always like go over it with gouache because I use watercolor, so it's only gonna tint the paper at best. Okay, I don't think I can pick up more pigment than this. Also, this paper is not made to be as wet as I made it, so whoopsies. That's deeply unpleasant though. Because now I don't know what I should do with the background. Because I have it taped off, so I might as well still do it. I think watercolors are probably out of the equation at this point. So I can at least put this away. See, the thing is, I like the texture that watercolor gives. Oh, this is super wet. That's... it's not ideal. So, like, my second choice right now would be to do, like, a foresty green. Because, like, in most scenarios, she's very much in a cool-toned area. I feel like it would probably also just be easiest to do that. I'm thinking, I'm genuinely thinking, like, what's the best course of action here? No, you know, I'm not gonna make this choice now because I don't know. I'm afraid that if I use the green, it's gonna read as too green. Because then there's less contrast with her skin tone. And I want there to be contrast. Complementary color to green would be purple, but we tried purple, it doesn't look that great. I'm not happy with the blue, because it's too blue for me. So, my true answer is I do not know yet. So, I'm not going to make that decision now, because I'm afraid that I'm just going to ruin everything. which I already kind of did, but I feel like maybe it's salvageable. But for the time being, I am going to not do this. And I'm gonna end this stream, because like, I've been working on this for 3 hours and I'm not happy with the progress that I've made. It's too little progress. I wanted to be a lot further ahead. So, in any case, I thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I hope you liked the music. I hope you liked watching me paint. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And learn from this that you should always plan what you're doing with your artwork. Alright. In any case,